never know. We heading to the call of our past heroes. Monsters are killing us, pressing silent, but we know that this is war. Everybody know, they know, you know. And we know they don't want us to be free, cause we got it all. Out of this is TV, now that we go. Every inch and every mile they think we never go. Cause we need our freedom. We want our freedom. We want our freedom. We demand our freedom. Let it on the answer. Time, suffering and tribulation, yeah. Marginalization and lies. They never wanna see us survive. The government, they always kill and kill. They wanna blow the candle light of generations young. I feel the pain, but I believe in letter in. Biafra, the sunshine of life. No place like home. No place like home. No turning back, no going back, no turning back till we take our own back. Freedom, we want our freedom. We want our freedom. We taking our freedom from the evil men. I know you know. Indigenous Biafrans, in case you never know, we are the chosen generation. In case you never know, we heading to the call of our past heroes. Monsters are killing us, pressing silent, but we know that this is war. Everybody know, they know, you know. And we know they don't want us to be free, cause we got it all. Out of this is TV, now then we go. Every inch and every mile they think we never go. Cause we need our freedom. We want our freedom. We want our freedom. We demand our freedom. Let it on the answer. Jano, tell the Babylon say. Hona, hona. Of time, suffering and tribulation, yeah. Marginalization and lies. They never wanna see us survive. The government, they always kill and kill. They wanna blow the candle light of generations young. I feel the pain, but I believe in letter in. Biafra, the sunshine of life. Say no place like home. No place like home. Yeah. No turning back, no going back, no turning back till we take our own back. Freedom, we want our freedom. We want our freedom. We taking our freedom from the evil men. I know you know. That never go tell all of them now. Go tell all of them now.
Watch out. Watch me far away, see me far away. Shabada, tell me what you saw. I will show you what I have, because I have myself. Oh, they think say na defense. Oh, make you watch my back. Now wait till you they see, yeah. Unless you have the sense, so go let to pretend. Do not run away. Kind of sober than you. That is why I say. That is why I say. That is why I talk. That is why I say. That is why I say. That is why I am. I was over than you. I don't come to speak my mind with no delay. Let them know say una eyes clear about una way. Watch out, many things they happen in that country you dey. So some people trouble upon people every day. Even when you dey, you go talk say you know dey. I need to understand why this one about. I need to understand why the truth apart. The promise that we got and nationalize. The promise we will live and no complaints. Somebody watch me far away. Watch me far away. See me far away. See me far away. Tell me what you saw. I will show you what I have, because I have myself. Oh, then think say na defense. Oh, make you watch my back. Now wait till you they see, yeah. Unless you have the sense, oh, you go like to pretend. Oh, do not run away. Kind of sober than you. That is why I say. That is why I say. That is why I talk. That is why I say. That is why I say. That is why I am. Kind of sober than you. Samara, ta ta ta, kick the I come back again to tell people say, now here we dey. We don't come to stay. I say no retreat, no surrender. We're living big, but no arrange. Look at the soldiers killing innocent Biafrans every day. Look at the Islamists killing innocent Christians every day. It depends me, oh, it depends me, oh, it depends me, oh. Chukwuki kobiama, atoranya se maka, atoranya se maka. I know ginaka, che. That is why I say. That is why I talk. That is why I know. That is why I say. That is why I talk. That is why I know. I was over than you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Muhammad Kewan. Biafra niile anyị si gị gaba n'iru, onye aka ya dọcha were ife na-eme, onye nna ya na-eju n'oyi na-ejukwu pa amawaja. You are whiter than snow, okwu gị We say no secret trial. Onyinye Chukwu Ezosika Osiki Ohamadike. No secret trial. Prophet Yawis Young Osiki Ohamadike. Osiki Jisike Mazus Ejike Koli Osiki. One day Puja Bije Sikwa Oweli Feneme Oweli Fenafia Oweli Fenako. Ezi one name Victor Chimezie Okorochukwu Igbo Network Television London Osiki Jisike na hapugi nazu umu Biafra nile kedine nuwa asiki gabaniru. No secret trial. No secret trial. No secret trial. No secret trial. Watch me far away. See me far away. Tell me what you saw. I will show you what I have. Because I have myself, oh, then think say na defense, oh. Make you watch my back. Now wait till you they see, yeah. Unless you have the sense, oh, you go learn to pretend, oh. Do not run away. I know somebody, oh. That is why I say. That is why I say. That is why I talk. That is why I say. That is why I say. That is why I am. That is why I say. That is why I say. That is why I talk. That is why I say. That is why I say. That is why I am.
Eze nwanyị amambala sị gị binye, eze nwanyị osimiri ndị aba sị gị binye, eze nwanyị ala Igbo niile asị gị binye, eze nwanyị ọgba sị gị binye, eze nwanyị anike wawa sị gị binye, oke arụsị na n'ike ojuru nwaanyị aga asị gị binye n'oge akara aka eluo, igirigi ọgụ mmụọ, asị m na gboo dike mbọsị ihe ike mere ọ ga-achọkwa nwa dike, asị m dododo unu binye unu bịa tara ọjị na chijiri eji efola, asị m unu binye unu bịa tara ọjị na chijiri eji efola. Nna nna anyị ochie, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka ụmụ Igbo dị ndụ, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dị ndụ, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka ụmụ Biafra dị ndụ, asị m unu binye n'oge akara aka eluo. Asị m na gboo dike mbọsị ihe ike mere ọ ga-achọ nwa dike. Ọ sị na mberede nyiri dike, na mberede ka o ji ama nwa dike. Onye ka m ji akpọ unu n'isi Ọhamadike bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ya bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, otu mkpụrụ anya ji isi ụgwọ, otu ọnụ na-ekwuchitere mba niile, ụkpaka na-agba n'udu mmiri na-agba n'oge nke ya. Asị m unu binye n'isi ya, nye ogologo ndụ na-adị isi ike, napụta ya na eke, napụta ya n'orie, napụta ya na afọ, napụta ya na nkwọ. Asị m na ahịa akara aka anaghị eri nwa ngwụrọ, na ahịa akara aka agaghị eri Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Asị m unu ga-anapụta Nnamdi Kanu na eke, napụta ya n'orie, napụta ya na afọ, napụta ya na nkwọ. Asị m mee ka ọnụ niile kwụrụ njọ n'isi atụgharịa kwụ mma, ka ọnụ kọrọ ogiri ọnụ kọrọ ogiri lachaa. Chukwu okike abịa ama, onye jiri mmiri siri ike kpọọ aja, were aja siri ike kpọọ mmadụ. Asị m na taata bụ ụbọchị eke n'ala Igbo. asị m na eke ga-eketara Nnamdi Kanu ndụ, eke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe, oke ga-eketara ya ndụ, oke ga-eketara ya Biafra, oke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe, oke ga-ekegburu ya ndị iro, kegburu ya ajọ mmadụ na ajọ mmụọ. Asị m na mbọsọ ga-apụta ekwensu ga-anọ n'ụra, ndị ilo ya ga-anọ n'ụra, ọkwa na ekwe osu. Asị m gịnị bụ ekwensu? Asị m na mbọsọ ọ ga-apụta ya bụ ndị iro ga-anọ n'ụra, ọha bụ ndị ọha ma bụ ekwensu. Asị m na ha ncha ga-anọ n'ụra, na Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta n'ike na ebube. Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta n'ike na ebube. Asị m na ọnụ kwụrụ njọ n'isi ya ga-atụgharịkwọ mma. Asị m obiara igbu Nnamdi Kanu gbuo onwe ya. Onye si na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị adị ndụ, onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri. Onye si na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị apụta, onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri. Ọnụ niile kọrọ ogiri ọnụ ga-akọrọ ogiri lacha, osisi abụrụ oturu ga-emeche wee kwele. Onye si na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị apụta, asị m na ọnụ ahụ iji wee kwuo ya na ike ejikwa ya wee kwugharịa mma n'isi ya. Asị m na ebe onye ahụ na-atụ maazị Nnamdi Kanu aka, asị m aka gị ga-akpọnwụ. Osisi ahụ fụrụ Nnamdi Kanu wee tọọ nkwe, asị m ikuku futuo gị. Anya ọbụla fụrụ Nnamdi Kanu kwawa akwa alịla, asị m alịla akọrọ ya n'anya. Onye fụrụ Nnamdi Kanu cheta ihe gburu nwa ya, ihe gburu nwa ya gbuo ya, maka na ọ bụrụ ya gburu nwa gị. Chukwu okike abịa ma asị m na belede nyiri dike, belede ka o ji amawa dike. Asị m na okirikiri ka a na-agba ukwu ose, ọ dadị ukwu ose enu. Na okirikiri ka ndị iro ga-agba Nnamdi Kanu mana ha ama mkpata ya aka. Ọ sị na nkirikiri ka ọ na-ekiri odido, jiri odido enyi ozu. Na ọkwara nkirikiri ka ndị iro ga na-ekiri ya mana ha ama afụ ya anya. Asị m na eje anaba isi ije. Asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-eje na ọ ga-ana. Asị m na inye anaghị eri ọba maka na inye n'ọba bụ nwanne. Inye agaghị eri Nnamdi Kanu maka na ọ bụ nwi. Asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-adị ka echi, na echi anaghị agwụ agwụ. Maka na ije ejere bụ ije mmiri, ọ bụrụ eje nkụ. Asị na ya bụ ije ga-abụ ije mmiri. Asị m na ọ ga-anata n'udo. Asị m na ọ ga-abata sirili welere. Asị m na unu ga-aga kpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu. Asị m unu ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu, ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu, ga-tụnye ugo, ga-nye ya mmeri, ga-nye ya mmeri, ga-nye ya mmeri, tụnye ugo n'elu ugo, nye ike n'elu ike, nye ya ndụ n'elu ndụ. Ọkwanụ ndụ ka o ji efu na efufe. Unu nye Nnamdi Kanu ndụ, onwe ike wee kwụrụ jinjin, onwe ike wee kwụrụ wee fuo na ofufe. A sị na ya kara ka anaghị eri nwa ngwụrọ. Ihe mere ha ji jide Nnamdi Kanu bụ ka nwee ike wee megide ndị Igbo, ka nwee ike megide ụmụ Biafra, ka nwee ike wee kwuchie anyị ọnụ, ka ha nwee ike wee kachi anyị ọnụ, ka anyị ghara ikwu okwu ọzọ. Mana ama m na dododo Chukwu okike abịa ma ndị nwa na ndị nwe mmiri, ndị nwe ikuku, ndị nwe anyanwụ, mmụọ nna nna anyị ochie, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ, mmụọ niile ọ kwafọrọ ọbara ha n'ike maka ihi Biafra. Asị m unu binyenu, asị m unu dododo na ọkwa na unu bụ ihe nwe ike a, ọkwa na unu ga-eji ọgụ mmụọ a, ọkwa na unu ga-aga bụori ahịa, ọkwa na unu ga-aga napụta ya maka na ihe ọ tinyere unu n'aka anaghị ele ule. Asị m dododo igirigi ọgụ mmụọ. Eze nwaanyị niile nọ n'ala Igbo, mmụọ niile nọ n'ala Igbo, asị m unu binye, maka na onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị aṅụ mmiri, onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị eri nnu. Nnu bụ ihe ụtọ si na mmiri wee pụta. Onye ọbụla na-eri ihe na-eri ihe dị na mmiri. Onye na-asa arụ ji mmiri asa arụ. Onye ọbụla na-eme ihe ọbụla ọ na-eme ji mmiri eme ya. Asị m ihe ọbụla mmadụ na-eme n'ụwa, mmiri ọ na-ebubu ụzọ. Asị m onye ọbụla kpọrọ mmiri asị na mmiri a ga-agbagbu ya. Asị m onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla mmiri na-awụsa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla mmiri na-emesa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye na-aṅụ mmiri na-eli nnu, asị m na ọnụ anyị ji wee lie nnu wee ṅụọ mmiri na ị ga-eji akwa okwu ọma n'isi Nnamdi Kanu n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ama.
Ise. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra Hausa service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Alo province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the second day of December in the year of our Lord 2022. Tata Bobo Chinkwo, according to our own calendar. Bobo Chinkwo market day. Therefore, I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers, even though not deny your enemies, listening to this hallowed platform, because this is where we preach enlightenment. This is where we preach emancipation, both physical and mental liberation. Because without mental liberation, it will be very hard to sustain a physical liberation. advancement in your physical liberation. It will be impossible. We are fighting to restore a nation, Biafra, that will be advanced. We are fighting to restore a nation of Biafra that will not be one of those useless African countries like Nigeria. It all starts from changing the way we reason. You know, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was on air morning, night, he keep on hitting on the problem we have is the way we reason. We need to reason differently, because out of the abundance of hearts, the mouth speaks. From the mouth, from the way you behave, from the way you think, from the way you reason, you start protruding it out through your character. And through that, you build a system with the way you think, with the way you reason. If you understand? That is why Nigeria is a shithole. We need to first of all change the way we think, the way we reason, and start reasoning in another way. That is what we do here. We cherish superior argument, excellence, class, integrity, and all. All these things are things that are lacking in Nigeria. Nigeria is a place where people have no class, where there is no integrity, where people are buyable. People are purchasable, buyable, bribable. People has no conscience. Notwithstanding that everybody there is religiously fanatical. This thing I've been saying it right from the word go. If you can just call and tell me the reason why everybody is fanatical in Nigeria about religion, but everything there is a mess. Everybody, every Nigerian is a criminal. I say it without equivocation. It is not what you want to do. Maybe you don't want to do it, but it is not the person you want to be. But as long as you are in the system, you are forced. You are forced to tailored. You'll be tailored with the Nigerian system to be a criminal. Because without criminality, you cannot make it. You cannot survive in Nigeria. That is the truth. You know what we say here, it doesn't matter how you think it sounds. You think about it, reason critically. Do not be sentimental while reasoning. Do not be religious. Don't reason, I say, don't reason as a Christian or a Muslim or as a, as a this and that. Just reason like a simple, pure human being you're supposed to be. And there you'll be getting results. You'll be getting things will be flushing or entering into your brain. Things you didn't know. You will be understanding many things. Our leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is still in the enemy dungeon. No matter the court, Nigeria court verdict that our leader is discharged and acquitted, they are still holding him. You see, what is the name of that terrorist? Tukumamu. Is a known terrorist. I read the news the other day. The Nigeria DSS, they have dropped any charge against him. Every charge against him. But he's a terrorist. He is the right-hand man of Sheikh Gumi. These are known terrorists, international terrorists, internationally recognized terrorists. These are the people. They found many things, exhibits in his house. And you know, The reason why it was coming in the limelight, or it came to the limelight, because he was arrested in Egypt. Remember, Egypt is an Arab country, Muslim majority country, I should say. Is a Muslim majority country. Do you understand? Egypt. He was arrested in Cairo. His destination was not in Cairo. For you to understand the gravity of his terrorist acts or terrorism, had it been his destination was in Cairo, we can say, okay, he was destined to go to Cairo. No. He was going to Hajj, pilgrimage, in Mecca. But he stopped over in Cairo. Just a transit point for him to change aircraft to start going to Saudi Arabia. For they couldn't even allow him to reach, because it is in their land. It's against their law for in Egypt, a Muslim majority country, for an internationally recognized terrorist to pass their land. They arrested this man and they wanted to put him into jail in Egypt, where in Nigeria he is a saint. In Nigeria he is the negotiator, government official negotiator. In Nigeria he is in power. But in Egypt, Kuchi, who is also practicing Islam, the same Islam they are using to commit terrorism in Nigeria. Egypt, they arrested him. They wanted to judge him there. Let me tell you what happened. They wanted to judge this man and jail him in Egypt. But Nigeria used their diplomacy. Nigeria used their diplomatic weight as a country, because it will be shameful for them, for Nigeria, for somebody in power, cherished in Nigeria, being revered in the Nigerian press, in the Nigerian media, everywhere, in the Nigerian seat of power, to be jailed in Egypt just because of terrorism. It will be a shame, and it will openly confirm that what we have been saying is correct. Now, Nigeria threw in their diplomatic might as a country and assured the Egyptian Secret Service that they, please, do not jail this man here. Don't even try. Don't judge him. Just bring him back. Now we understand. We are going to investigate him and put him in jail. And listen, Egypt believed Nigeria. They say, okay. Now, the man landed at Abuja airport in order to showcase, to show Egypt that they mean business. Nigeria, they publicized it. They arrested this Tuku Mamu or Mumu, I don't know, the terrorist. They arrested him at the airport and took him to jail, in order to convince the Egyptians that yes, we mean it. When we tell you bring him, we are going to investigate and jail him. After some months, when they would have bribed the Egyptian officials to silence, now DSS dropped every terrorism charges, no matter, notwithstanding the proofs they saw, notwithstanding what the Egyptian Secret Service told which Nigeria knew anyway. Nigerian Secret Service knew. But Egypt also furnished them with a prints of his communications, of his backside deals as a terrorist. Nigeria have all these things. Remember the Yoruba military intelligence officer that came? He said the Nigerian Secret Service, they know all the terrorists in power. They know all the people in power, the terrorists that that are now in power. Some in Hausa Rock, some are governors, some are senators. They distribute themselves in the Nigerian government. They know. Say the Nigerian Secret Society, no, I mean Secret Service. Not that they didn't know. They know them one after the other. But they have an ulterior motive, because some people want Nigeria to be Fulanized through Islamization. The man said it direct. So it's not something hidden. Today they dropped every charges and the man is free. Tukumamu, the terrorist. Do you see that? Do you see? What about the Bello Turji? That Bello Turji, is it in Castina or in Kaduna? The known terrorists that on paper is wanted. But that man is running many villages, many communities and local governments in the area. They are paying money to him, taxes to him. He is moving freely. I think he was the person interviewed by BBC, the terrorists. They know these things, they kept quiet. They allowed him freedom. He's there carrying gun with his people. They are running the government in their locality. There is no noise about it. What about the pig in the creek? They arm him, because let me tell you, this is just a test of what they want to do when Biafra comes. You see, these people, they are preparing many people in order to bring problem, a type of problem that happened in South Sudan, in Biafra land. That is what the secret service of the M16s, that is what they are prepared, they are doing. You see the test. You see Asari Dokumujahid Dokubo. He has criminals that are armed. He's controlling them. Don't you see him? But he's free. He's free, moving around. Isn't he? Did he tell you anything? When he was genuinely fighting in the creeks, they were looking for him to kill him. But now they have pocketed him. Now they give him, they control him, they give him people, they supply him with people, arm them, say you control. This is the recompense of being our boy, our servant. Just to destroy your people. That is what people should think. When you see they are doing this for their selfish interest, destroying their own people, the future generations. Just if you see him now, his children are in Germany, some are in other places. For him, he is making money. One day he will die, but what he cost, he will never quantify. What he cost the future generations to suffer, he will not know, because by that time he would have been in grave. The same way Ezekiel is now in grave. He didn't know what, he is no more feeling what we are suffering, of which he started it. That is what he cost. Ezekiel started to use us, or to using us as sacrificial chickens in the Nigeria city, and today we are suffering it. Aren't we? They are there in the grave. They are no more alive. Their children are running away from their father's name, changing their names. Do you see what treachery can cause? Do you see the actions you are playing because of your selfish interests of today? You don't know what it will cost your future generations. That is why we preach here, for us to reason. For us to reason, we should have class. We should have class and integrity. With that, you try to always calculate the actions you take now. In Hindu they call it karma, because actions have reactions. If you understand, the actions you take today, what will it cost your future generations? That is how people with class, that is how they reason. But many of our people, they don't reason like that. They say now, just after we think tomorrow, we think for himself, for us. Is it not? It's written in the Bible now. They'll quote for you. Do not think about what you eat today or tomorrow, because tomorrow we think about for yourself, for you. Tomorrow we think of it for itself, for you. I don't know how they put it. All those things molded our way of behavior and made us to accept being low life. You understand? You say anything you can, just bring it today. Bring, let's all eat. Even if to say your future generation, no, what future? That tomorrow we think about itself for me. Don't worry. Let me do it today. All these people that I called Azikiwe, Babiaseka, they had the core saboteurs, people that put us in this mess we are in today. They are there, nowhere to be found. They are not feeling what we are feeling today. They are not passing through what we are passing through today. Are they? Because they are dead. That is why, in our Igbo adage, you say, Ezi aha kego. Ezi aha kego. Good name is better than riches. Because your good name will set example for people to change their lives. Even if when you are long gone. That is why today we quote, do you see, we quote Bob Marley. We quote people that did things, Mandela. We quote people, Abraham Lincoln, all of them, George Washington. They laid legacies in different ways. So that when even words they utter can make somebody to change and be a normal human being. You see that? That is Asia Hakegon. What we preach here is for us to be reasoning critically. Do you understand? Critical thinking is what we preach here and nothing more, so that we start reasoning. Today I'm going to just go through some news headlines and open my lines and hear from our people also. It's been some few days he sat there and never be on air because of some my tight shadows, honestly. Sometimes, but we must continue. We must continue and we must go on in what we are doing. On Monday, Nike Nkechuku, I'll be here with Mazi on Monday by 7:30 p.m. I don't know whether the flyer has come out, but know it that I'll be here with Mazi in order to preach this gospel for an interactive session as usual. So please do not miss it on Monday, being the 5th of December 2022. Therefore, as I said, I will go into some news headlines. I will go into reading some news headlines, please. As I said, before I go there, I want to say something with this ongoing World Cup. People should listen attentively because we need to draw, knowledge and wisdom from everything. I say from everything. You see this World Cup, ongoing World Cup, and the former World Cups. The defending champion France is just like African team. Do you understand? Even Saudi Arabia have Africans there. It's only a continent that can be exploited their raw materials. What does it tell you? That there are talents, materials, raw in Africa. But the problem is to exploit it by Africans. Is a very huge problem. We have talents, materials in Africa, both human resources, natural resources, everything. We have it here in Africa. But the problem is for Africans to utilize and exploit their own resources, including talents. Look at France. France organized Africans into a team under France, under the effigy of France, a system, France, and they won the World Cup. You see, Kylian Mbappe is a Cameroonian. The story, when his father wanted him to play, contacted the Cameroonian Football Federation that his kid is available. They were demanding money. His father said it openly that they were the Cameroonian Football Federation was demanding money for him to come and play in their team, in a national team. And he born him. I say, okay, no, he's not paying nothing. If France calls you, you play, no problem. And today we see he's, if not the best attacker in the world today. I want people to think, why is it that no African country, no black African country have ever reached the finals of World Cup? Whereas another country took your people, took Africans and organized them and took the cup. I don't know whether people understand what I want to bring out. Because what is crying up is crying out. The same thing. It shows you that the system is flawed in Africa. That is why they can never put value to their own materials, they have in abundance. Even in Saudi Arabia, they have Africans there. In Belgium, Africans are there. In almost every other team, the European teams, many Asian teams, they have Africans there. Don't you ask yourself why? But in Africa, they cannot perform well. Look at Cameroonian team. Let me tell you, I evaluated the Cameroonian team. I'm not talking about football, but we learn from everything. I evaluated Cameroonian team with the way they are robust, the quality of people they have. They have the capability to take the World Cup. But what is there? Indiscipline, cabalism among themselves, divisions. This one is for Ito, this one is for, what is that, their striker. What is that his name? This one is for this. So if you have the ball, don't pass to the other person. This is a typical example of what is the gangrene that is killing Africa. Example. Just carry this group of players. Let them play under, just give it to a block like that. Give them, for example, Denmark. And let them be Danish people. Start reasoning like Danish people. Before God and man, they will take the World Cup. But under the very useless system of Cameroon, they cannot take it. Because of gangrene, you know. Their goalkeeper was sacked because of indiscipline. The same African primitive disease, indiscipline. When they tell you, don't do this, you go, hey, African man, we find a way to as a smart person, because we call it smartness. We call stupidity and primitivity smartness. Nah, you want to bypass it. Now do that thing that is not. Don't do this. You do it. You see? What we are preaching here is the root cause of the reason why we cannot perform as a people. Because we are unable to form a viable system that encourages meritocracy. Look at, as we know, even look at the one that's called for Switzerland against Cameroon. He's a Cameroonian. He's not even born in Switzerland. His parents, everybody is in Cameroon. They attacked his house in Cameroon. For you to see how orangutan behave, how chimpanzees behave. They went to Cameroon and started. Why should he's a Mbolo? Why should he score goal against his own people, against his country? Look at, now he has a country. Instead of them to reason critically, I say black people are people that goes on sentiment. That is why the politicians, in Africa, they muster, they progress in politics, because they use one virus and put whining. They whine everybody with sentiment, and people, hey, just like they are doing today, obedient. The politicians are enjoying it because they know that you are monkeys. You don't reason. You are foolish. All they need to do is to talk one thing, and the emotion will carry you. And now they use you and do what is good for them, their interest, and dump you, and you start regretting tomorrow. Hey, now wow, we made a mistake. Oh. Tomorrow you will still do the same mistake. They attack this boy's house. I saw it on video, on social media. They were stoning the house, vandalizing it. And the mother said, when you want to play in Cameroonian team, they tell you to pay money. You want to go and serve your country with your talent, you go pay money. Because the people there, they feel they have no country. They don't regard it as a country. Why should you pay money to go something that you say, I want to serve my country? Please. You have the ability. Instead of the people to say, why did Cameroon lose this boy? Instead of them to target the government that is responsible for losing this boy, they are attacking the boy. Do you see how Africans are behaving? I want you, because in me, anything I'm doing, I'm just trying to learn I want to learn from everything Africans are behaving. I want you, because in me, anything I'm doing, I'm just trying to learn I want to learn from everything. This is why I want to share. I'm sharing all these things for we to understand how bad it is in Africa, how Africans reason in a primitive way. You understand me? They attack the poor boy, a victim of the system, instead of attacking that system that put the boy, made them lose that boy. Do you see it? That is our Africans reason, and that is why. I used to say it. You see this useless so-called democracy. They call democracy, which they impose on Africa. But it's electioneering or selectioneering. I say, is a very smart move by the Europeans in order to continue colonization. I'm saying it till tomorrow. It can never work. Do you see Wales? He played in this World Cup, but it's part of United Kingdom. Scotland didn't qualify, but they are, when it comes to political stand, they become one country. Do you see how it is their originality? They modified it. You yourself, you don't even understand how they work, because that is peculiar to them. It is their originality. Do you understand that? But they always impose their own thing on you, on us, because I'm among, including religion. Oh, Jesus, he died to save you. Save who? He never saved the whole concussions that are full. King Leopold II that committed atrocities. No, he left them to save me. Do you see how they colonize everybody with everything in system? We continue. I'm coming. Look at. I will read this. Tony Blair Center lists Tinubu's Muslim ticket, Boko Haram, IPOB, others are stretched to 2023 Nigeria elections. They are coming. Do you see that they cherish these people? They are very smart, the Europeans. They cherish this election more than lives of people. When people are being slaughtered every day in Nigeria, that is not their problem. They are watching this on the social media because it's not hidden. People's life it don't matter to them. Our lives don't matter to them at all. What matters to them is do election. Do you see the reason why Africans as a people, we have not found our system, our originality? But United Kingdom is one country under United Kingdom. Passport. But when it comes to play football, now they have Wales. Wales in the United Kingdom. They have Scotland. It's in the United Kingdom. But they play separately. Do you see? Doesn't that, and they have even borders. But they're in one country. Doesn't that surprise you? Doesn't that confuse you as a person? Say, which kind of system is this? That is how it should be. It is their system peculiar to them, to them. But in our own, they impose a free and fair election. No, Tony Blair is talking that Muslim take a Boko Haram IPOB, others are straight to 2023 elections. They don't care about trace of human lives. They don't. Did they? Let me ask. Did the United Kingdom did the election to put King Charles? Did they cast their votes to put King Charles, after the death of Queen Elizabeth? No, they didn't. They are running their monarchy successfully. I say very successfully, because it is their thing, it is their own thing, their own way. But as monkeys now, colonized monkeys, they impose their own will on you, and you are happy dancing towards it. President, elections of president. Oh, I'm obedient. Let's vote. Why? Shame on you, black shoji. Shame on you. I'm telling you, shame on you. They don't talk about they don't talk about the lives that terrorists are roaming around in the streets of Katsina, killing people everywhere in Kaduna. Today, lives are lost, thousands killed all over Nigeria. They don't give a damn. They don't care. What matters to them is election. America brought 50 million to Nigeria. To give them as and they are laughing. Yeah, these are monkeys. Give them, feed them with mkpụrụ and as election, and they go and die, do their bidding. Do you see that? The same way Africans, we are unable to run a successful system that can bring up a team to win a World Cup in the international stage. But the same Africans are absorbed in other countries, and they play and win the World Cup, because those people, the system is working. France, the system is working. They choose the best. They don't say, no, bring money before I take you to be my national team, be in our national team. Bring money. Okay, you will sign this contract so that you will be giving me, out of your club fees, you will be giving me 10%. No, they don't do that. They take the best with no condition attached, and give people, the treatment they deserve in order to serve. If it is the Nigerian system, no black person will be playing for France. Do you know that? Because one, you are not a white person. Two, you are not a brother to the senator. Or three, you are not recommended by the president or by the football association president. So no. What they want is what you can do. Are you the best? They come, they test you, you are the best. It doesn't matter where you come from, they take you. Do you have that in Nigeria? Do you have that? Do you have that? I don't know why Nigeria why they don't do quota system in sports, in football. They should put quota system so that Igbo will bring 4, Yoruba will bring 4, Hausa will bring 10. I mean Fulani, or Hausa and Fulani. They will bring 10, no problem. Now they will go and compete in the international arena. That is what I've been campaigning. Why not extend the quota system to football in Nigeria, to handball, to basketball in Nigeria? Why? Sometimes even the so-called footballers, I don't blame them, because no person plays. When you see them playing, they don't play with fire. I mean burning fire as people that are serving their country. Because if you break your leg, everybody will run. They will even leave you. They will leave you in that arena and go their way. What matters to them is the officials pocketing the money. Don't you see how the junior, is it Olympic girls football? I said it here. I read the news here. It went viral. How they were sleeping on transit at Turkish airport. No hotel for them. When they bring the hotel money budgeted, they hope if they will hijack it on air and they pocket it. So why will people play with their hearts? Let me tell you, if we restore Biafra, people rather break their leg, break their head, die in the field playing for Biafra, because there you have real patriotism. There is no patriotism in Nigeria, in all these things. I don't blame them. That is why I don't even mind them. Whenever they are playing football or Nigeria, I laugh, because the way they play, I like, hey, because if you break your leg, no person cares for you, and you lose in your club. So it's better you Excellency, nothing. After all, they are using them to make money, nothing more. So that is the problem we are having. But you see how Africans are absorbed into other nations, and they are doing well. They are doing well, even in track and field. They are doing. Look at you see Nigerians for even running for Qatar. Nigerians running for Asia countries, doing sports for every other UK. Oh, they bracketa there. So that one is that is the reason why United Kingdom created. Look at created Nigeria is to harvest raw materials, harvesting of raw material. It is not only natural resources; it is also human. How many doctors are now Nigerian doctors? Let me put it like that. Packing shit in the United Kingdom. How many of them? Are they not uncountable? They are working 247. The other day, one man he shouted, he said, since 7 days he never have a sleep. They are called 24. He is a doctor in Nigeria, a respected doctor. Go to UK, you become a robot. That is why Britain created Nigeria, in order to harness. This is the reward of their creation. Don't you see that? Here we tell you what you cannot hear in other platforms or mainstream media. You understand? They harness the raw materials. They pay you less than they pay their people, but you work more than their people. You work longer times under tighter condition, and you under humiliation as a slave. Don't that make you think? The problem we have is that you see the person, I'm in London anyway, what can I do? As long as there is money there, can I come back now? I come back, I do nothing, and you work, they don't even pay you as a doctor. So instead, Kanu here now, dog. At least I'm being rewarded with money, no problem. He will calculate the money in naira. As a slave, no class, nothing. He prefer to continue like that until he dies. That is what made us perfect slaves until this liberation. This IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came and started liberating us mentally, so that it will manifest physically. You understand? All these ways we think as complete perfect slaves. Perfect slaves. After all, gonna pound sterling and no problem. He's a perfect slave. Facebook now. You don't shame, no class, no integrity, for goodness sake. Here come. Sometimes I talk like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I say, why not even I become created like a tree, so that at least when he can my this thing wrong here. Instead of being so low life, you see somebody suffering, a prince and princess that's supposed to be a person of integrity. supposed to be somebody high if you have a good system. But working as a slave in Europe, in the United Kingdom, once a few words of pound sterling or put on a Facebook now, but it's a slave. It's a slave. He's a slave, and then you are come. If you see the condition he is working on or she is working on, you will shout. But I'll say, after all, he cannot try to ask him or herself questions. Why am I suffering like this? Why shouldn't we form a system that we shall be prince and princesses that we are, or we're supposed to be? No. Perfect slave, they don't have integrity. Perfect slave, just like Ozekoma said, he will say, if he stay a day, from morning till afternoon, his master never talk to him or slap him. He remind his master, say, master, you know today you never hit me. What thing happen? Slap me now, hit me so that I wound me, because that is what I deserve. I'm your slave. Have you forgotten? That is a perfect slave. They always want to satisfy. They don't think about doing their own thing, so that other people will come to start to, how can you feel? We have our nation Biafra. Now people will be coming from all over the world, trying to smuggle themselves into Biafra. Sometimes you deport them back. Those that are deportable, you deport them back. Some they come, they marry, they look scavenging for Biafran ladies to marry, even older ones to marry, so that they will have paper. Won't it make you to feel above the world? What you are doing in Europe, in every part of the world, so that you get their paper. That's how you will suffer from your year in, year out until you die. You will be in agony. Only you can't you reason? Can't you think and say, look, this Biafra restoration is my life. Let us do it. You contribute genuinely your quota, anyhow, in order to make us be free, because we're in a bondage. This is what we preach here. Let me go to this headline as I have said it. Tony Blair Center lists Tinubu's Muslim ticket. Boko Haram, IPOB, others as threats to 2023 Nigeria elections. These people, what matters to them is election. Election. For you to be in that system, they put you inside. That is what matters for them. Whether millions are dying every day, that is not their problem. They don't take you as human beings. What matters to them is to continue perpetuating that system that warrants them, that evil system that will make them to be sucking us dry, both to human resources and natural resources. That is it. Let me read it a bit. December 1st, 2022 news. The headline says again, Tony Blair Center lists Tinubu's Muslim ticket, Boko Haram, IPOB, others as threats to 2023 elections. They put IPOB. But these are people that talks about self-determination. These are people that talks about democracy. And they talk about self-determination, freedom of speech. After all, any person that tell you freedom of speech, tell that person is a liar. All these are just nonsense. Go and make freedom of speech, even on Facebook. They'll block you. But they are the people that will talk too much about freedom of speech. Is he not Kanu West that was removed from Twitter? Elon Musk with 30 something million followers on Twitter. Because is it not freedom of speech? But you get where he reach now. So forget about all these things they are using to cage everybody. Oh, democracy. Oh, freedom of speech. You ask them democracy. Who elected King Charles in England? But you want a free and fair election. You want to teach us how you have values, because we don't have values. Anyway, I don't blame them. When people that are viable, people that are without class, people that are without integrity, people that can be bought, that could be bought with money. What else? What else are you looking? You talk to them anyhow, impose to them any system you want, and they continue dying and fighting there to defend that system, because they are people without integrity. Do you understand? The same. Okay, let me start reading a bit. The same faith, Muslim tickets of All Progressive Congress, the Boko Haram, the indigenous people of Biafra, and other groups have been identified as threats to the peaceful conduct of Nigeria's 2023 elections. Okay. This was stated in a report released by the former Prime Minister of Britain, Tony Blair Institute for Global Change, explaining why the security risks to the country's 2023 general elections should not be neglected. Do you see how mischievous these people are? Tony Blair, he is a person that lied and invaded another country. And after he said, oh, I'm sorry, I have lied. We invaded Iraq through lie. But people that have died. And there is no repercussion. Only he resigned. Oh, he resigned. Oh, democracy, he resigned. What about the millions of people that have perished? What about the things, the properties that are destroyed? You see this word sometimes. We are backwards. That is why we need to restore our country and also be one of the exploiters. I used to say this because if you are in this world, you say you cannot exploit as a country. You never start. Oh, honestly speaking, you never start. Oh, when the corner get men will exploit. I corner kwa na make we exploit. Na that is how the world is. You cannot be neutral and advance. Never. Never. You can never be neutral and advance. You have to exploit. You have mugus. You go chop them. You may exploit. I will mugus in the eyes of these Europeans. You understand? We are just like experimental guinea pigs to them. Exactly. 2023 election. How many times Tony Blair Progressive Congress? What do you call him? Center for Tony Blair Institute for Global Change. Global Change. Like this. Hey, global change. How many times have they reported and explained their disdain on the killings that are taking place, about the Fulani terrorism that is terrorizing everybody in the zoo they created? How many times have you heard about it before from the so-called Tony Blair Institute for Global Change? He's changing the globe through electioneering, through the same thing. You know, everybody now in Nigeria is drunk with election. That is one thing with Africa. With Nigerians, they don't reason. There is nothing you can tell them. They think back. No. Oh, money is flowing is a way to make money. Now, even if you want that and they give me something, now it's national cake. They have drunk and money. They have taken that drug, so they continue. You can never bring them back until what is happening happened. And they became disappointed, and anyhow they come and start. Hey, now wow, now true. So we made mistake. Oh, you think that they will repent? They say, okay, another time the same thing, the same mistake. Another time they will not change. Never. because these are people that are under subjugation. I'm telling you honestly. Now you are seeing them coming out. Hey, Tony Blair Institute for Global Change. I know you like this. They will hammer it on Channels Television or TVC News or Rice News, all of them. Hey, Tony Blair is a former prime minister. Oh, you want a good election in Nigeria? Oh, Iman the OG. Hey, no, konyo channel kuya. Hey, angayantin na oh, Chineke kwena. This OG Chineke kwena who created us? Who created us? Hey, the show how? You know, we are the first people in this planet Earth, and we are still primitive. Honestly speaking, we are still primitive. Ima onye amụrụ n'ime city. You match how many things o te shawa o nwere ike bịa na village onye na apụbedo na apụbedo iro before. Ọ ga-aghọgbu ya. This is how they are dealing with us. We are still primitive. So they are, when the election, everybody now in Nigeria is intoxicated with electioneering. They don't want to hear any other thing. No voice of reason prevails in their ears. What matters? They are now intoxicated. And when the thing passes, you see them regretting the same thing, the same statement, the same thing. You think that they will stop or they will change? They wait another 4 years. The same thing now is a cycle. I don't know. Nigerians this in Wuregalia don't tinye notion so that they will not to for the KG no reasoning. Any person you talk about, hey, now leave now, just to carry your PVC, go and vote, and you ask, what are you voting? Can you redeem yourself through this voting electioneering? You see, Abambo Otunogwe, Ababo Otunogwe, you know, I can Aba on Atunogwe. People don't ask, Owogo ke atorato. Ako? Owogwe, Kapera Ako. In Nigeria, people don't ask this, you know, they don't ask pertinent questions. People should not be talking about election. If look, my voice now, if you gather, for example, people are hearing my voice, maybe somebody put a Bluetooth in louder speaker today as I'm talking. You see people as I'm talking, many people will close their eyes and say, now you're not corruption now. They will go out to say now election obedient now also, and you ask them, how are you going to make these changes? How? Tony Blair's Institute have added his voice, but in a mischievous way. They added the IPOB as if we are not doing the right thing. These are people that will come and give you very good lecture on self-determination, freedom of speech, everything. You think that they are human beings. Do you understand? You think that they are human beings. You don't know that they are demons, but in white clothing. But being a white person now, the institute is for a white person, so he's highly respected. And the Fulani, these are people that are lobbying for them. They pay them. What they get from Nigeria is the pump, the tap that doesn't close. What only this statement he released openly. You don't know how many millions of barrels of crude oil that has gone for this. You don't know. They lobby the Fulani Caliphate. The wise thing they did is to use our crude oil proceeds to be fighting against us. That is why they give generously. You know, something you don't have. It's just like a thief. A criminal can steal a car that is worth 10 million naira, and he will sell it 800,000 naira. even 500,000. He's ready to sell it because he's not the owner. He didn't hustle for it. He don't know the pain of being the owner of that car. He stole it. That is what the Fulanis they are doing. They are using the process of the oil, crude oil in our land, in order to fight us, to bribe the whole world. Now come and take. If you want to castigate them, they corner you and bribe you with oil. Say, don't you know that you can come and take oil? What are you talking? Is it not gain you need for your people to live fine? Come, we'll be giving you two tankers of oil every month, and you see that country will change voice. They will start praising Nigeria for good conduct in elections, how they should do election, this and that. You don't know that they have been cornered. It's crude oil talking. Not them, but it's crude oil talking. So, the caliphate, the Fulani, it is not their oil. It is not their thing. They are criminals. They are thieves. They thief all these things. So they use it to bribe everybody in this world, the whole nations in this world, lobbying groups in this world. Come and take. It's in their hand. Oil in Biafra belongs to Jigawa. Have you forgotten? But the most pathetic part of it is that our people don't understand. They don't know. Instead, they go and feed on the crumbs. Go and start. You see kings and princesses going to Kanu to beg for crumbs, so that at least now give me a small crumb, and that's it. You are begging from people that don't have it. They are using our crude oil to bribe the lobbying groups. That is why you are hearing these statements. Oh, electioneering. How many times have you had them? Have you ever had Tony Blair to talk about how Lekki, let me, in the Nigerian setting, Lekki massacre. Did they talk about it? Did they say bring these people that he killed to order or to book? Did they talk about them? Did they talk about them? That is what people should be talking about. That is highly pathetic. It's highly pathetic, you know, because we are being sidelined. We are being sidelined. Now, let me continue reading a bit. According to the report, Nigeria has never had a violence-free election before, and the ruling All Progressive Congress, or Congress choice of Bola Tinubu and Kashima Shettima, both Muslims, as the party's presidential flag bearers of the election, could pose an additional threat. Okay. Nigeria have never had a violence-free election before. Do you see that? But they are telling you every time they'll tell you that although it's free and fair, let's give them pass mark, because that is the standard they put you, and they want you to continue being there. Okay. The report says, the report partly read, why peaceful and credible elections has never been a foregone conclusion in Nigeria, there are additional tricks next year. Ask them if they do perform election in Britain, in United Kingdom, and people die due to election violence. Are they going to continue in that election? Is it not going to be an abomination? But in your own, they put a standard, you know, the same way they always put standards, put limitation. No, this is their standard. Now they are monkeys. No matter that they are violent, they are violent in election. They kill. But anyway, leave them. That is for them. I beg. Do you see where they place you? This is where they place you, and you are happy to be there. We, IPOB, we are not going to continue being in that position where they placed us. Do you understand? Let me go to another news headline. Soludo has betrayed Ndibo. World Igbo Congress. You know, always lamenting at last. That is who we are relegated to be. It's just like what I'm saying. Whenever there is an election, everybody will forget himself. After, you know, well, nah, wow, this, I see people talking. Oh, nah, Soludo, we are disappointed in Soludo. But when that thing was going on, if you are telling people that, look, this person you are talking is not what you think, they will even beat you. Is it not what is going on today? Obedient or now shut up. And now go and I say, ya say kwa ga obedient to mana lekwe consequence. Oga kwa is not going to be as you think. You will be disappointed as usual. Today, what the Igbo Congress is describing Soludo as an embarrassment, a failure. Say he betrayed Igbo. Do you see? But when he was there, he's talking as if, he's talking that as if he is the savior, he will be this, he's a professor, he's an economist, he come here, he will do this, and akrayak everywhere. I used to play a clip where the man talked about, he says, Soludo is the solution. Don't call him Soludo, but the solution. That is who our actions are. You are drowning, our people are drowning. So anything they see, they'll take as a comfort, maybe it can help. If they see one piece of wood floating on, they take, they can hang on it. After that one will not be able to make bokam. Now they see a piece of even sheet, they hang on it, and they try to hang on because they are drowning. But here we are. IPOB is the answer. Do you understand? IPOB is the answer to whatever we are suffering. The core root to the Nigerian problem is this. We are not supposed to be together as a country. Today, the World Igbo Congress is blaming, they are expressing their disappointment on Soludo. But a few months back during campaign, everybody saw, if they hear you say, hey, you IPO, they will say, IPO, why you people say you are the problem? Why support Soludo? He is this and that. Do not disturb election. Today, what is happening? Is it not what is going to take place? In few time, people will be disappointed. People will be highly disappointed. IPOB is your savior. That is the truth about it. That is the reality. Nigeria is unfixable. It's irredeemable. Bring Angel Gabriel to Nigeria. Bring anything, any spirit, he will become compromised. Do you understand? So, how long are you continue to be doing the mistake and regretting? Oh, you'll be regretting. Oh, now wow, we don't know it's like this. Now wow, this man is now a failure. Now wow, we didn't know. Now so, obedience will be disappointed. We are telling you, mark my words, in any way, in every way, you'll be disappointed. This is the time to clamor for referendum and not for elections. Do you understand? We must continue. There is this news, Obasanjo. God allowed Nigeria to get away with stupid things. Obasanjo. These people, they invoke on God in order to make you more stupid. Because that is how they understand Nigerians. You are stupid. No, now once they put God, they make you more stupid. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has said Nigeria has got away with a lot of stupid things because of the love of God. Oh, God loved Nigeria. Hey, so that when you read it, when you see him speaking, say, now wow, true, God love us. You see how stupid you are. God love you. and he don't want you to have electricity, right? In this 21st century, you don't even have simple electricity, do you? Oh, God love you. You see how politicians use the method, this method, in order to make you, feel pampered. Oh, God loves you. No, God don't love Sweden, that is so developed that they are working, that any person that stole on public office, stole €1, you will be prosecuted and sent to jail. But God loves you in Nigeria, and you can shit your pants and mess everywhere, no problem. God loves you. Do you see how they put you, how they class you? Do you see that? This UG, our leader, will say. Let me go on another news headline, please. Let me go on another news headline. Okay. There is this news. YPP governorship candidate in Akwa Ibom, Senator Bassey, jailed 42 years for graft, money laundering. I saw this thing, I laugh at Chineke Kwenayojo. Nigeria is very, very funny country, honestly. Very funny place. They allow you to be a criminal you are when you are in public office. So that any person in power, you want to challenge later, he will bring it out and use it to jail you. Now they remind him, he said, let me read it a bit. The Federal High Court in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State capital, has sentenced the governorship candidate of the Young Progressive Party, Senator Bassey Albert, to 42 years in prison for graft and money laundering. Albert, who represents Akwa Ibom Northeast Senatorial District in the National Assembly, was convicted on Thursday by Justice Agatha Okeke. He was prosecuted by EFCC. The court found him guilty and convicted him on 6 counts bordering on money laundering. He was, okay, let me read the offense. Albert was accused of receiving a bribe of 12 cars worth 254 million naira from an oil marketer, Olajide Omokore, during his tenure 2010 to 2014 as Commissioner for Finance in Akwa Ibom. Do you see oil marketers, all these oil dealers? When you hear Alakeja as the richest woman, you hear Dangote, you hear, what is the name of this other person, the man? Why do I forget them? All are oil, crude oil. It's a prerogative, is a little benefit the caliphate give them, so that they will be supporting them. You don't know. I say the caliphate, they are very good in politics. They take a small thing, they give to your brothers or your friend. Give him little benefit and turn him against you. That is what they did to Yoruba people. That is why this Biafra agitation, they will tell them quietly, hey, these are the people, Olajide. They are oil market, they are billionaires. Oh, name them. They are billionaires. Because the caliphate, the Fulani Caliphate, the Sokoto Caliphate gave them that benefit. So that instead the mouth that eats will stop eating. Let that one that never starts, let him know it at all. That is the politics of the Fulani Caliphate. Instead of take these crumbs and just support us, and they don't make noise. You understand? So we must continue. This boy now, I saw his photo, I pity him. He want to be playing the big people's game. He want to be a governor. They will allow you, when you are eating and dining, taking your bribe. Look at the ordinary paltry sum of 254 million naira. It's not up to whether $500,000 or $600,000 in today's money. It's not up to. There are people that are billions and billions of dollars they are stealing every time. This one, they say 42 years. Nigeria is a joke. You know, the incumbent governor will just, they have the files. He will tell his caliphate brothers and say, his caliphate slave masters, that look, this boy want to challenge me, and they have this file. They say, bring him, we jail him, and they jail him 42 years. So that he will be there, election will pass, and he will be praying for clemency, for presidential pardon. Now the winner, the incumbent governor will give his name, say, okay, I will help you, but do not try again. So you want to be governorship candidate. They will put his name as under to be pardoned presidentially. You see how Nigeria is a joke. I say every Nigerian is a criminal. All of them, they know. I say all public servants in Nigeria. Without criminality, you cannot survive. Is it people that are working, they are not paying? Is it teachers? Tell me which facet of life in Nigeria that is not under criminality. Tell me. They know what they are doing. They use it so that tomorrow when you come to vie for political office, if you are not strong, if you don't have Abraham Nana, say Kale and Alhaji, strong Alhaji as your godfather, they will use it in order to nail you, and you go and sit down. That is how Nigeria is. Is it what we are going to continue? Is this life what we are going to continue in? Let me read another news. Police becoming endangered species or endangered need prayers. Police becoming endangered need prayers. IGP. This was news of November 25th. I kept this news. The Inspector General of Police, Osman Baba, on Thursday called for prayers for men and officers of the Nigeria Police Force. He said, given the prevailing security challenges in the country, the police had become endangered species and needed prayers for protection and guidance. You see what everybody is a prayer. Even for the simple fact that Nigerian politicians and all these criminals are talking about God and church and prayers and mosque, it should be the main factor, the main reason for you to even know that all these things are rubbish. Do you understand? Before God and man, if you are wise, for this Baba, Osman Baba, Inspector General of Police, coming to tell you that, oh, go and pray, he like it as police now are praying in churches and mosques, you run away from mosques and churches because you know that these are criminals. They shouldn't be there. Had it been all those places are good places, normal places as they are portrayed to be, I'm telling you, these police people, these Nigerian police and politicians, they will ban it. Do you understand? They will ban it. Look at ordinary electricity. They want you to be in darkness. They ban the electricity from reaching you because they know it's light. At least you will see light and use light to do something good. But they ban it. They want you to continue going to church, going to mosque to pray. Only all these facts even make you to start rethinking about all these religions, because you shouldn't be in this same religion with this known criminals that are causing the deaths of millions of people every time. Do you understand? The IGP spoke in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, while commissioning the administrative block for the 26th Squadron Police Mobile Force and 1.5-kilometer internal road network at Mopo Barracks, Idoro Road, Uyo, the state capital, which was completed by the Niger Delta Development Commission. He said, what I'm seeing is a church and other a mosque. Policemen are becoming too religious these days, and that is good. Any person who does not know how to pray will go to hellfire. These days, you know, we are endangered species. We need to pray and protect ourselves well. Do you see? Do you see why Nigerians can never build a viable system, viable government? Because they deceive, because they are mischievous. Do you understand? They are dishonest set of people. They don't tell themselves the truth. They always want to flatter. They always want to say things, so that it erodes your emotion. Oh, now the police now they are praying now. Wow, they love God though. But these are people that extort you for nothing every day. These are people that are living in quagmires in their barracks. You go to police barracks in Nigeria, even pigs cannot live there. Pig, cannot live there. Sometimes you see one toilet for maybe 1,000 people. Only one toilet. Dilapidated. What type of country is that? And instead of people going to the root cause of the problem, they come, they flatter you, say, go and pray now so that God will save you. Oh, Nigeria. Niger, as you call it. Oh, Diego, honestly. We must continue. Okay. Let me read this news also. Former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson collected £4,000 second-hand bike from President of Kurdistan. Report. This is an indictment report of. This is November 30th, 2022. Let me. Former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson was given a 4,000 second-hand bicycle by the President of Kurdistan. New documents have revealed. This is what they are talking as a. What do you call it? Corruption. Corruption of a president, prime minister. And they are bringing it to £4,000. For 4,000 is 3,700 pounds in particular. What of bicycle Igwe? For you to see how nuclear these people are, how advanced they are. In in Nigeria, the family of Buhari, they use not only them, people in Aso Rock, they use presidential jets to go weddings. Anyone that is once you are related to them, even if the son of Buhari, he goes to wedding with presidential jet. Do you know how much it costs to taxpayers? Do you know how much it costs to fly presidential jets? Maintenance, paying pilots, paying parking, all this is security. Do you know what is the cost? Nigerians, millions of dollars per trip. But here in UK, where people are running, doctors are running from Nigeria to go to UK to work. Do you know the reason? This is the reason. Because they will indict a president for $4,000. I mean £4,000. A paltry sum of £4,000. They are talking it. It become a big thing in British newspaper. Worth £4,000. Whereas in Nigeria, what you hear is a 100 billion naira fraud, $2 billion fraud. Nothing happens to the person. You see people, coming even on social media to tap from their blessings. Oh, I tap from your blessing. I beg, leave him now. After all, you are envy. He's a politician now. He should be your father, even the age of your father. Why are you disrespecting him? Why are you? Let him chop his money now. If you want, you go and go and enter politics and go and steal. That is the way Nigerians are behaving. You see, but in UK, former prime minister, equivalent of the president, is being pursued because of $4,000, 4,000 pounds. Do you see the reason why you are running to UK in order to look for a job, in order to serve to clean the ass of an old aged woman and man? Do you see the reason? With your PhD in your course. This is the reason. Say this in Nigeria, in the zoo, that governor, you see somebody starts asking, say, this governor, 5 million naira. Somebody dash him something when he was campaigning, or 5 million naira. Somebody dash it to him as a gift. Even is the miserable people that we start attacking you. Hey, what is 5 million naira? Do you know who you are disrespecting? Do you know that person is a politician? Do you know that? Is your governor. I'm not talking of president though, because if you talk it against the president, some people are ready to kill you. They say, do you know what is 5 million naira? Do you know what you are talking? But in Britain, it is a president of Kurdistan dash him the bicycle, or 4,000 pounds. That is what they are hyping. Do you see how pure a country should be? It's advancement. Do you understand? It's advancement. Accountability. That is why money flows to everywhere. They don't owe their workers. When you work, they pay you. They are retired personnel, they pay them. You know, people are being paid, people are living on insurance, social welfare. People are treated in the hospital by the government. Healthcare, free healthcare. You understand? As you're working, you have your health insurance, and everything is working. Do you see the reason? It's a very big pity, honestly. Let me continue. He said, police arrest 19-year-old alleged member of IPOB's militant wing, ESN, in northern Nigeria, in Katsina. I saw that thing, I laughed tire. Let me tell you one thing. You know what they want to do? A time will come, even in Borno, they will no more be talking about Boko Haram. Any people killed, they will say it's ESN. Do you see the reason why Mazi Sanwo-Olu have been shouting his voice off here every time about criminality? People that are doing criminality in the name of using ESN to commit crimes. Do you see? People don't understand. You know, we used to say it here. Criminality is what killed the Masob. Criminality is what made Owazirike to deviate. Let me tell you. Because sometimes when you really understood the reality of what happened to Masob, you might not even be blaming Owazirike. I'm telling you honestly. You might not be blaming him. Owazirike was in jail, all hell broke loose. The people he left outside, some of them, Nigeria government went and injected virus. As they injected in us today, they tried to do. But we are at alert. You know, I used to thank Chukwuoke that people holding this struggle are people in the diaspora. That is where, that is why it is highly strong. Paul Owazirike, when he was in jail, when he was arrested, Nigeria government injected infiltrators in their midst, and they deviated from fighting for Biafra. Now started taking hostages, kidnapping people in the name of Biafra. And from there now, No more. They no more talk about Biafra. They form different gangs. Do you understand me? Different gangs of kidnapping. Now they are no more counting. They are no more talking about Biafra. They are counting money. Money of kidnap. They are counting money. You understand me? They are counting money. Now, was Ricky, instead of him to lose everything, he was there in jail. Poor him. He said, okay. Oh. Instead, if he come out and shout to Masab, no person, they will tell him, nah, go and sit down. We need, even they can kidnap himself and ask for ransom. He cuckoo where he was, he negotiated for his own life. And say, oh boy, Caliphate, I will do as you want. Now guarantee my life, number one. And give me some money now, Kudi, so that I will start doing my business. That is what they guaranteed him. They say, okay, now you come now. Otherwise, if you go out, all those principal officers, all of them, they have been compromised, okay? They are laughing him. Say, you day here, I want to die for them. You die like a rat. Don't be surprised. They are tormenting our leader like that. Hey, the principal officers you left, all of many of them are. We have captured them. But our leader know the people he left. Because they put their infiltrators, they put their own people in order to start this criminality. The way they destroyed the Masop. So that our leader, when he come out, when he shouts IPOB, no person, they will tell you, or go and sit down. They will be counting money, kidnapping money. But this is not who we are. Because we are at a large. That is why every day, every time, Mazi Chinas and Woru, we come out to start shouting against criminality. We are now seeing it. What they wanted to do is to devastate IPOB with criminality and say it's kidnapping. Now, whatever that is happening, both in Bonu, Kasina, they say it's ESN. It's them. They are it's them. They have reached here. We are 7 steps ahead of these people, honestly speaking. Okay. Nigeria approves new language policy to teach primary school pupils in their mother tongue. Although it's easier said than done, we have been shouting this on Radio Biafra on disintoxicating our brains. And the zoo, they are always listening and learning. But there is no way Nigeria can never be fixed. It's too late for Nigeria to be fixed. It can never, because Britain know what they built there. To build to amalgamate Nigeria. Because what is happening today is the result of what they want. It's yielding fruits. It's the way they want us to be behaving. Nigerians are behaving. And they are busy sucking crude oil, gas, everything, every natural resources, including human resources. You understand? They are doing it so that if they give you paper in UK as a citizen, you will be grateful for them that they are doing you favor. They are doing you favor. They are doing you favor. Otherwise, you go back to your quagmire. That's it. But they created it. So, for us to be like human beings, equal human beings like them, we must recreate ourselves to who we are. You understand? That is what makes you. After all, Britain was colonized by Roman Empire. They liberated themselves and went back to who they were in 410, 412 AD. You know, they colonized themselves. I mean, they liberated themselves from colonization. So why wouldn't you do like them and claim, I know, as an equal human being? Why wouldn't you do the same thing? That is what we are doing. Therefore, we must continue. If teaching pupils in our various languages, local language, in our languages. How can I call it local? It's in our languages. Because the damage has been done. And in doing that, in Igbo language, for example, experts should be creating new syllables, new words. You understand? New words. Because without it, there is no way you can learn in our language with incomplete word. Do you understand me? So that is what we are doing. That is what we have been clamoring for. We must continue. Let me read this. Okay. The wife of Tinubu, I want to bring out something here. 2023 presidential election. My husband is Fulani, but not a killer, says Atiku's wife, Titi. Is a Yoruba woman. You understand? Is a Yoruba woman. Look at what he said. Titi Atiku Abubakar, wife of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, says her husband is Fulani, but not a killer. Because they know, he's a thief that is always crying. I'm not a thief. I'm not a thief. You know that he's a thief. Okay. Many Nigerians have accused President Muhammadu Buhari, who is also a Fulani, of not doing enough to stop killings by suspected nomadic Fulani herders across the country, including targeted attacks on farmers. Oh, it's no more farmer-herder clash. You see that? The activities of the suspected Fulani herdsmen have become a security challenge. According to media reports, killings associated with herdsmen are estimated to have cost. There's a mistake there. To have cost more than 1,000 deaths. And at the moment, there is no consensus regarding the actual motive for those killings. Oh, these people, they know when to say it's a farmer's herder clash. They know when to write that they are really killing. Do you see double standards of the Nigerian media? They're now calling it re-killing. But when another time they say no, it's a farmer's herders clash. Speaking during a PDP presidential rally in Akure, Ondo State, on Wednesday, Mrs. Atiku promised the people that her husband will defeat Boko Haram terrorists and provide scholarships to students. My people, as she said, my people, I, your daughter, standing in your presence to tell you that my husband has done it before. The last election was won by my husband, but we were up. My husband indeed is a Fulani, but he is not a killer. And we have been together. I taught him our culture and tradition, and he is part of us. During Obasanjo, it was Atiku that brought the likes of Nasir El-Rufai, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, and others who did well for Nigeria. Okay? No Yoruba has ever been a first lady. And if we vote Atiku, it is a vote for Yoruba. Do you see Nigerian politics? It's campaigning. So Atiku is going so that Yoruba will be first lady because he's a wife of Atiku. Do you see where mediocrity? And you are talking about Nigeria. Now it's Yoruba. But after they say no, the Igbos are tribalists. But when they do all these things, you don't think. During election campaign, everything is allowed. But they will come and call or say we are tribal bigots. And they will carry that burden, give to us, and all we live the rest of our life to defend that we are Nigerians. This is a psychological war. They always accuse Igbo politicians, Igbo people of tribalism, so that you continue living your life to trying to show that you are not a tribalist, you are a real Nigerian, including killing your people. Do you see how they put everybody in the pocket? Every politician in the pocket. But all they talk, what they open their mouth to talk, an Igbo politician can never do it. He said no Yoruba has ever been a first lady, and if we vote Atiku, it is a vote for Yoruba, not vote for Nigeria, but for Yoruba. As Igbo man, go and repeat what he said. Hey, Channels Television, they blow it up out of proportion. Hey, the Fulani Caliphate, all of them will descend on you. How dare you? Because they see you as a slave in Nigeria. My people, for how long shall we be suffering this type of intimidation? For how long? He said voting for PDP, you vote for Yoruba. Oh, to be a first lady. That's it. Eh? So it is very pathetic. After they will be talking about, look at, where is Tony Blair Institute? You don't see all these things? You don't see tribalistic tensions that are being caused by their religious, their political, politically supported people. They don't see them. They are electioneering. They don't see them. They don't see inflammatory statements that they make. They don't see them. We must continue. I will soon open the lines, please. Gunmen kidnap Bauchi politician, demand 100 million ransom. If they can be kidnapping politicians, even it's better. Because they are criminals. They are criminals. They make people suffer. Suspected headers kill 3, injures others in fresh attack on Enugu community. This was which date? Let me check the date. It was November 28, few days back. That's it. We are no more safe in our land. Before, we run from Hausa, but today they come into our land to kill us. And all we do is to cry and be obedient. Hope that when Obi comes, everything will be okay. Do you see China IPOB in doing what we are doing and contribute to your quota? That's it. We must continue before I open my lines. Let me read this one. I think it's going to be the last. Tomorrow, please, we'll be here on this hallowed platform in our service, Saturday service, religious disintoxication. We will be going higher and higher on this. Please, do not miss it. Now, this news from $3 billion monthly under Jonathan, NNPC now remits $0 to CBN, MEFL. Do you see how pathetic Nigeria has become? Nigeria is finished. Now, no more remittance to the Nigerian government by NNPC. The Fulani, they are carrying it to wholesale. For wholesale, they don't remit any money again. So they sell the crude oil, they take everything, and they go and borrow. Nigerian government, they will go and borrow. Do you see it? Do you see a place you call a country? They saw natural resources, you say is bringing earning a foreign exchange. No, it's no more. They sell the oil daily, they don't remit the shishi. The CBN governor said it. They don't remit zero. They share it up there, the caliphate, all of them, they share it. It's very, very pathetic. I'm going to stop here, please, so that I will go into few minutes break, so that when I come back, I will open the lines so that people will start calling in, if you may. I know many people are watching the football that is going on. I know that. But it is not a bad thing. You watch how, if I want to be wrong, you watch Cameroon, see how big they are individually. But being in a system, the system spoils everything. Individually, you might be good, but the system spoils everything. That's it. So, we must continue. I will go into a few minutes break. And when I come back, I will open the lines. Please don't go away.
Attention. IPOB in USA, under the leadership of our indefatigable leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is announcing our ESN end of year mega fundraising event on December 3rd, 2022 at 8 p.m. Biafra time. We are inviting all IPOB families, all lovers of freedom all over the world to come and support this Zoom event in support of the life-saving work of ESN. ESN, the people's security is here to stay. Please donate at Chase Bank, account name Indigenous People of Biafra CA, account number 511121730. Again, 511121730. Routing number 3222-71627. Again, 3222-71627. Zelle info IPOBCA2019@yahoo.com. IPOBCA2019@yahoo.com. Zoom meeting ID 885532571104. Again, that's 885532571104. Passcode 147330. 147330. For more information, call these numbers: +1 818 201 8884. That's +1 818 201 8884, or +1 872 242 0417, +1 872 242 0417. In Biafra, we trust.
Ona ọkọkọwa anụ ọhịa ya gakwuru ukwu osisi, ọkọwakwanụ mmadụ ya gakwuru mmadụ ibe ya, n'ihi na onye a na-achụ ehi na-akpọku ma o ji ọgwụ ya, o ji nri ya. Ebe nwata na-ebe akwa na-atụ aka ma isi nne ya nọrọ ya, ke nne ya ga-anọrịrị ya. Ọkụkọ sị na ihe na-esi aṅụ mmiri lewe anya n'elu na ọ bụ ebe ọnwụ na-egbu ya na-esi abịa. Biko nụ, anyị ji ohere a, anyị onwe anyị bụ ụmụafọ Biafra, Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB n'aha mkpirikpi, n'okpuru onye ndu anyị bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dị nsọ, na-arịọ ndị eze, ndị ụka dị iche iche, ndị ọha obodo dị iche iche, ndị ụmụnne nna, ndị ụmụnne nne, nọsekwa nọsịrị ka ha biko nyere anyị aka dịka ugwu ka anyị buru ebele. Nchọnchọ anyị mere gosiri na ozu ndị a niile bụ nke ndị anyị nọ na mọchụarị anyị na-elebere, so na-akele anyị ụkwụ na-epile anyị aja na garị. Biko nụ, ka anyị mara na ihe anyị ga-eme lipụ ozu ndị a, hapụkwa na ihe ndị ọzọ sochiri ya. Anyị lipụchi ozu ndị a nwanne, anyị abịa n'obi eme akparama ndị sochiri ya. Anyị na-arịọ unu, onye ọbụla nwụrụ na were mkpụrụ ụbọchị 3 lie ya, bịa hazi ihe niile. Ihe mezikwanara emezi, a na-akpọ ya nwa mma. Biko nụ, ihe ndị a na-ebutere anyị nsogbu rue na a ga-eji mọchụarị na-akpa anyị ọgba ebe niile. Ozu a dọrọ n'ihu, dọrọ n'azụ, dọrọ n'ụlọ, dọrọ n'uko, dọrọ n'usekwu, dọrọ na palọ, dọrọ na senta tebụl. Anyị na-ele ya anya. Chineke, igbo ozu mana m ụmụnna, ma enweghị ike iji amere igbe akwa ebe mkpokoro eso dị mma ma eji ihe eme ọla aka. Ụnụ ma ihe m na-ekwu, maka na nwata bee nne ya bee nna ya amara na ihe ọ ga-ebe agwụla. Anyị arịọ unu ka unu nwee ike mee ihe ugbu a mgbe chi na-efobere tutu mmiri asọwa ọgba. Anyị ma ihe eji na-ekwu ihe a, ụfọdụ mọchụarị nọ n'ala Biafra anyị ga-emechi ha, n'ihi na mọchụarị abụghị ebe ụmụntakịrị na-aga egwuregwu. ọ bụghị ebe ndị okenye na-aga ezuru ike, ọ bụghị ebe a na-akatụ ihe n'ọnụ ma ọ bụ kụọ ngaji n'eze, ọ bụghị ebe a na-aga nlele. Ihe eji agba na ntị eji ya agba n'anya. Anyị na-arịọ unu ka unu mee ihe kwesịrịnụ ka ala anyị dere ji, ka obodo anyị dere ji. Unu cheta na onye ọbụla rere ala lie mmadụ, o liela ozu labụ. Ihe abụọ apụle n'ahụ ka anyị nyere unu onwe anyị aka. Ihe meziri emezi a na-akpọ ya nwa mma. Anyị anaghị aba mba, ma arịrịọ ka anyị na-arịọ unu. Ma ọ bụrụ na na-asịkwanụ na ọ na-agaghị elebara ihe ndị ahụ anya n'otu ọ dị na mbụ ka ọ ga-adịgide, nwanne anyị enweghị ihe ọzọ anyị ga-eme na-abụghị ime ihe kwesịrịnụ, n'ihi na anyị onwe anyị bụ ụmụ afọ Biafra agaghị anọ ihe eri ọba anyị. Ozi a unu na-anụ ugbu a si n'aka ndị IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, na-abịara unu n'okpuru onye ndu anyị bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dị ya nsọ. Ọ bụ ha na-akụ mgbịrịmgba maka na osisi nwa ọnwụ otu ya afọ ọ nụrụ ka ala ibe ndị. Ọ na-abụ ọkọkọ nwa anụ ọhịa ya gakwuru kwa osisi, ọ kọwakwanụ mmadụ ya gakwuru mmadụ ibe ya, n'ihi na onye a na-achụ ehi na-akpọku.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra Hausa service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. Our lines are now open. Our direct line is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. You can call us and give us your view, but I know that everybody is interested or focused on watching the football that is going on. I don't blame anybody anyway. It is work without play makes Jack a dull boy. But we must continue in what we are doing. We must continue, honestly speaking. There is no going back. Therefore, do not forget, I read many things about today's news, about what is happening, the mentality. That is what we are trying to change in this our era. Because in your job, we have continued to be going backwards without truly understanding the cause of our problems. But our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu opened our eyes. You understand? Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu opened our eyes in order to understand the root cause of our problems. And that is why we are doing what we are doing, because Nigeria is unfixable. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Can you hear me? There, well, welcome to the program.
Thank you in the institute of whatever I call himself. It must have given me only well. So what we're trying to do now is to protect because I know like this he must for him to be feeding as a minister, he must so but now he had the this man that's supposed to be in jail now because of what he did in Iraq. He should be in jail by now. It's not by killing. He's killing and illegal activities in Iraq. But by his statement, he he addressed as a violent group, as a violent group. As he addressed IPOB and in the position, Biafra, as a violent group. And I want to ask him a question. The question to him is, and he addressed Scottish people as a violent people because they are asking for their freedom. And he addressed them as a violent. The way he wants to address them now, because we are seeking for our freedom. Now he classify us as violent people. That's why he said that we are threatened to do election. You know, this statement. We want he must withdraw this and advise to accuse he must withdraw this statement and apologize to IPOB and the Biafrans for this statement, because this statement is what he said like this. He tried to inspire what we are peaceful. And this man is trying to make the world see us as a violent people. And we demand for him to do statement and render apology to Biafra. You know, this is what I want to.
Of course.
I think we need to demand. Yes, you know that statement. You know, if not, you carry on with it. He is a mother. He is a mother. Which be accepted. Last Saturday, I was trying to go last Saturday. I couldn't go through. We are talking about the when you talk about when you say something about the issue. That is one of the altar is still in Anambra State. We have to go to Anam like this. You know, the altar we have it in Anam. Anam. Because the altar is there in Anam like this. So it is not it's one of our strong, one of the strong deities that fights us. So they must not try to demonize it. That is before we have been deceived before, but now and thank God for our teaching also. Everything is coming clear for everybody now to understand who we are. Thank you, Mazi. God bless.
Mazi. You're right. Tony Blair, he never talks about, is it Mrs. Sturgeon? Nicola Sturgeon. He never talked about her as a terrorist or as a violent group. You know the way, they have a measure which they use, a standard which they use for measuring black Africans. In everything, in politics, in even reasoning, in religion. When they see how black people are behaving, going, they watch all these things, even on social media. In churches, in mosques, they say no, it is black people, Actually, call one and say, don't behave like you are thinking like a black man, the way they do in religion. That's it. So they try to put us in a standard, in a measure, which they placed us. They want us to remain there. Election. They inserted IPOB, Tony Blair, who's supposed to be in jail for lying. Invading Iraq, lying out he just resigned because he killed foreigners only. Had it been he killed the British citizens, he would have been in jail because of his lies. But he put IPOB as a violent organization that could distract electioneering. And who has been killing Nigerians everywhere? They don't want to talk. Who has been the Fulani terrorists that have been killing, destroying lives and properties in Nigeria? We don't want to talk about them. To he? How does he? The answer is no. But he's talking about election, protection of election. That standard, that thing they push us into, so that everybody year in year out we fight for it and die for it. Election. Oh, that is how they say go to election. You want anything, go to election, because that is where they push you into. You know, is this Russia-Ukrainian problem? I do understand fully how the West, the role of the Western media in destruction of the world or in changing our mentality. I'm telling you honestly. Anything they will demonize, even they can demonize things to the extent with their media that people that can save you, somebody that can save you, they will turn him into a demon. And if you have gone, you kill your savior. People that did this, how do you think that they will bring something good in religion for us to take? For us to be good, to go to heaven? That is a question. People that are behaving in this way, that don't want us alive in this world, how do you think that they can, they really want us to, if there is a heaven, they want us to go to heaven? Nakwe check you. In the absence of course, as I said, I know that people are busy. I will close this program so that tomorrow is another day, please. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is where we worship. We have no other place, no other identity other than Biafra. From me, Mazi Jonathan, from here, it is simply good evening.